Nigerian Journalists undergoes training on their roles in educating the people on benefits inherent in embracing biotechnology. According to the Director General, C.E.O. NABDA, Professor Abdullahi Mustapha, at a media training for reporters covering science and technology, said journalists have a key role in bridging the gaps in science communication to help sensitize the general public.
Bridging the gap in science communication will bring better understanding of scientific principles and hence uptake and adoption of scientific products will be a thing in the past when you people are engaged. Science, since my assumption in office, it has been my plan to interact with you because you play a very important role in agriculture, progress of the nation, and you are key in bridging the gap between the science and the journalists and the population, that is the masses of Nigeria. As editors, you occupy a very strategic position in our nation. You are in charge of public opinion. You decide what society shall discuss, when they shall discuss, and how it is discussed, and this places you at a very strategic position in the country. Your profession has played a very significant responsibility on you all. The success or failure of any endeavor in this country is dependent on role you played towards this approach. The media has what it takes to mobilize the public to either accept or reject a course of action.
The workshop then cascaded into an interactive section with veteran journalists from the radio and television arm of the media who have excelled in covering the beat, delivering keynote lectures that would help the participants grow in the areas of interest. The training team bridging the gap in science communication in Nigeria was, however, facilitated by the National Biosafety Management Agency in collaboration with development partners.
In this country over time, you know that there have been dearth of knowledge, insufficiency of knowledge in the sense that a lot of the science itself is not being produced. So we have inadequacy of knowledge. We have knowledge that are being produced but are not being turned into information. And when you produce the knowledge and then you cannot turn it into information, it becomes difficult to communicate. And when you cannot communicate the science, it fails. In the sense that you do not do science for the sake of science, you're doing science for a purpose. You are doing science to influence policy, or you are doing science for science that can become products. All the products we're using are outcomes of science. The medication we take, your cell phone, what you're wearing, all those things started as scientific efforts. Then you have dissidents. Dissidents, those are people who are actually scientists but are not aligning with the mainstream science. And that is why you now even have the issue of fake news, which is general public coming up with scientific solutions. They are neither quarks nor dissidents nor scientists. They just come. because they are interested, they saw it somewhere, and they put it out there.
Upon the efficiency of the other, no one factor can drive an economy sustainably, and the success of any economy will actually depend on the ingenuity in combining these three factors. While politics and industry have been constant variables, they've always been there. Science and technology have actually changed. Techniques evolve with time. It changes with time, depending on prevailing circumstances.
The same thing of ensuring that modern biotechnology is applied safely and the products are also deployed safely without compromising the environment and human health. Biosafety itself is a measure, an approach to ensure that modern biotechnology activities and also the products are also safe to the environment. Mrs. Gidado has tried to define what is modern biotechnology, a scientific tool to alter living systems, organisms, to achieve specific aims. And this alteration leads to what is called genetically modified organisms. And genetically modified organisms are products of modern biotechnology that contain novel genes that do not contain that particular organism naturally. When I talk about novel genes, for instance, genetically modified corn, you move a gene from unrelated organism into the corn for it to achieve a specific goal.